We're just gonna ask you to queue up at this time. Zanya, you got the...
Yes, I got the order. I'm queued up.
The order?
Yes, ma'am.
You got the order as well.
Rashawn.
Rashawn?
Yes.
No. Good evening, everyone. We are 8 minutes behind time, I should say. We should have started at 6 o'clock. And so we apologize for the delay in coming to you. But today is indeed another opportunity to have an exciting time with the Literary Voice. I do hope we are sharing the link for YouTube so that we can actually have you sending your emojis at this time and your best regards for the class representatives for grades 2 and 6. We have grade 2 Hodges online, we have grade 2 Bennett, and we also have grade 2 Hodges. Representing grade 6 are our two persons here with us, and we also have representatives from Miss Morrison's class as well as Miss McDermott's class. And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are ready to start our program. We are ready to invite our technical team comprised of two of our staff members, Mr. Rashawn White and Miss Zanya Walters. We are about to invite them to do what they do best at this time, as we invite you to listen to partake in the singing, or at this time I should say playing of the national anthem, the playing of the national anthem. If you are at home, it's okay to stand because we are being respectful to nation. Kindly stand for the playing of the national anthem. Okay, thank you, technical team. At this time, we are very, very patriotic and looking for a wonderful experience with our children from grades 2 and 6. Welcome to our viewers, welcome to our parents, welcome to those persons from home and abroad. I'm expecting us to make sure that we are using our thumbs, we are using our fingers to send the necessary congratulatory messages to our participants. At this time, I'd like to do the introduction of our participants, and we'll start with grade 2 Hodges.
Hi, my name is JC Carby. I'm from grade 2 SH and I'm the primary department captain.
My name is Zaya Robinson. I am from grade 2 SH. This is great.
And we'll now start with the representatives from Miss Bennett's class.
Unmuted.
Representatives from Miss Bennett's class. May I hear the introductions from the representatives from Miss Bennett's class? Go ahead, Miss Bennett, students.
My name is Amir Donaldson and I am from grade 2 SB and one of my talents is running.
Next participants from Miss Bennett's class.
My name is Caleb Bailey. I am 8 years old. When I grew up, I would like to be an environmentalist.
Awesome. Thank you, participants from Miss Hodges' class and Miss Bennett's class. And we go over now to Miss Harris's class.
My name is Zane James. I am from grade 2 SH.
Let us hear from the other participants.
My name is Zaria Walter. I'm from grade 2 SH. One of my talents are gymnastics.
Thank you so much, representatives from our grade 2 cohort, that those persons who are with us this afternoon. Could you just put your hands together for all our students from grade 2? Awesome. And now we seek to introduce to you the persons who are participating from grade 6. We move to Ms. McDermott's class.
Good afternoon. My name is Alexander Doheny. I am 12 years old, and one of my talents is drawing.
Thank you so much, Alexander. Do we have a second representative from Ms. McDermott's class? I think that person is in transit. And so we go to Ms. Morrison's class.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Harper Cole. I am age 11. I am age 12. One of my many talents is drawing, and I'm a prefect and I'm a part of the student. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harper. The next representative from Ms. Morrison's class. The second representative I gather is absent. So we now move to Mrs. Bernard's class. Mrs. Bernard's class.
Good morning, Dr. Blanchard, panelists, viewers, and fellow students. I am Liam Logan, one of the 2 schools' vice captains, and I am representing grade 6 Carnegie. I enjoy playing chess, and I am an avid numismatist. In the future, I hope to make a significant contribution to advances in technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Liam Logan. And we move to the second representative from Mrs. Bernard's class.
Good evening. My name is Leah Watts. I am 12 years old. I want to be a Minister of Finance when I grow up, and I'm one of the 2 deputy captains of this school. Thank you.
I hope that you will definitely be that Minister of Finance to make sure that you can give a lot of contribution to staff. Thank you, Ms. Watt. And so we are going to be giving you some tips before we start round 1. Over to you, our technical team. Technical team?
While we wait, so there's a bit of technical issues, so
Okay.
we're trying to resolve them.
So ladies and gentlemen, while our technical team is working on providing the necessary tips before we start round 1 of the competition, we just want to say to you that the literary voice is indeed a part of our package at St. Andrew Preparatory School to ensure that we are building the confidence of students. This is indeed an impromptu competition that seeks to ensure that our children can think on their feet. Indeed, this is a time where it is that critical thinking is very, very important, and we want our children to gain the necessary practice so that they will do well in different spheres of life. So we will await the technical team for the creating an opportunity for tips before we start the round 1 of the competition.
Hey Paul, if you're a birthday cake, what flavour would you be?
Oh, it's a tough one to answer without any prep, isn't it? I'm sure some of you had something similar happen to you. Maybe you got asked an unexpected question, or maybe you got chosen to speak in class without any prep. Maybe you just didn't have anything to say. Thinking on our feet can be really difficult sometimes.
And did you know there's a whole type of public speaking dedicated to unexpected questions? It's called impromptu speaking, and today we're here to help you plan for it. Hi, I'm Mia.
And I'm Paul.
In impromptu speaking, you don't just need to be thinking on your feet. You need to be on your toes, because you only have a short amount of time to prepare what you're going to say.
But don't worry, we're here to give you a leg up. We're going to cover some simple structures that you can use to make your speeches pop, as well as some tips and tricks to help you be prepared for the unprepared.
Here's a little secret. Impromptu speeches aren't actually made completely on the spot. We can do some things to prepare beforehand to make impromptu speaking a whole lot easier.
For example, let's take a look at structure. Now, all great speeches have a fantastic introduction and conclusion. However, for our impromptu speeches, we can get a little bit creative with the body paragraphs and not use our usual 3 points.
If we have these in our back pockets, it makes impromptu speaking a whole lot easier because we already have an idea of what we're going to say. Let's go through some frameworks now to help you out with these.
One way we can do this is by using the FAT method: feeling, anecdote, and tieback. The feeling is what we start with, and it really could be anything. The feeling could be a thought that we have when we read the topic. Maybe it's an opinion that we have about the topic, or an emotion that we felt when we read the topic. Whatever it is, pick one clear feeling and establish a connection between that and the topic itself.
After you've shared how you feel about the topic, make sure to give your audience an anecdote, a quick story to illustrate how you feel. Make sure that it isn't too generic or too niche. A good anecdote is entertaining. It could be experience that you've experienced or someone that you know has. It could be a story about a famous person or an example from history. It could be anything you like, really.
The last thing you'll need to do before the conclusion is the tieback. Now, the tieback is exactly what it sounds like. we're relating our anecdotes back to the feeling, which then goes back to the topic. Oftentimes you'll have to come up with the F and the T after you've seen the topic. Of course, it's very hard to imagine how you feel about something before you've even seen the topic.
Anecdotes, however, are easy to prepare, and you can easily come up with a few of them from your back pocket that you can whip out when necessary.
Let's take a look at fat speeches in action. Say that I had the topic, success is everything. I might start with a feeling about how success might make me feel. So I might say things like pride or unbridled joy and happiness. Then I describe those feelings. Then I might move on to an anecdote to demonstrate how those feelings might have happened in real life. Say when my footy team won the grand final and how I felt all those feelings at that point. Then my tie back would be something like how, well, since because I felt those feelings and they were so great, success really is everything.
This is a simple idea. First, you use the introduction to establish the topic as something that you're weighing up the pros and cons for. You're not really sure whether it's good or whether it's bad. For example, you could have the topic, the job I'd love to have. You could really pick anything. Let's say you want to be a lawyer.
Begin by talking about all the things that you think would be great about being a lawyer. Then you can move on to a big but and start talking about the things that you think wouldn't be so great about being a lawyer. And then after that discussion, come to a consideration and conclude whether or not you think that it's ultimately a good or a bad thing.
You can use some anecdotes in here. Your friend's mum's a lawyer. She's rich and she drives a fancy car. Most politicians and businesswomen are also lawyers or have a background in law. But you've heard about how long the days are, how uncomfortable it must be to wear a suit all day. These are some examples that you can use to illustrate your idea.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time in this video, which has never happened before, but we do have a few more frameworks to give to you, so stay tuned for part 2, which is going to be coming very soon.
To make sure you don't miss it, make sure you hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Thank you so much, technical team. And there you have it, children. You have received some important tips that will allow you to do very well in this space, the impromptu competition dubbed the Literary Voice. At this time, we will start with Mrs. Hodges' class, and we'll call on our student representative, Zaire Robinson. Could you be technical team place him in the room so that he will not be able to, or the other participants will not be able to hear him. Parents, it is indeed important that you're not prompting the students because we want to make sure that they're developing the skills in terms of their independence. We want to see how it is that they can perform on their own, no interference. They know the rules of the competition, and we are going to ensure that we abide by all the rules. And at this time, Zaire, how are you doing at this time?
I am doing fine, Mrs. Blanchard.
And how you feel about this competition?
Well, I feel great since I've always talked so loud.
Oh, wow. And your question, Zaire, at this time, listen well to the question because we want you to deliver at this time. Zaire,
yes, miss.
What are the qualities you believe a leader should possess?
Good behavior, great hygiene, and smartness.
Okay, are you complete, Zaire? Do you like to say anything else about the qualities of a leader?
Leaders must be respectful to their citizens.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Robbins. You are not finished. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And also, leaders must set good laws for their country.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. And we go over to the second representative for Mrs. Hodges' class. You may mute at this time, Mr. Robinson. Second representative, JC, are you online? This is indeed one of our captains in the lower school. And so your question, Ms. Scarby. What are the qualities you believe a leader should possess?
Leadership is to control a group of people or society.
And so what are the qualities that the leader should possess?
The qualities are conducive.
So let me help you a little bit more at this time. We know these are our grade 2 students and parents, they do get a little bit nervous. So we want to ensure that they're most comfortable at this time. And so, Ms. Scarby, what are the things that you look for in a leader?
You look for a kind and a strong leader that helps people on doing things.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Scarby. And we move over to the mayor. The mayor is representing Ms. Bennett's class. And of course, parents, this is indeed our first staging of the literary competition, Literary Voice. And so we want our children to just get used to it before we start being very hard with respect to judging their performances. So the mayor, where are you? Could you unmute? The mayor?
I am at home right now, Dr. Blanchard.
I am so happy that you're at home. And how are you feeling? Have you had dinner?
Not yet. I eat dinner a little late.
I do hope you can invite me over for dinner. But your question is, what are the qualities you believe a leader should demonstrate? What are the qualities you look for in a leader?
A leader should not follow any bad behaviors. A leader should do what's right, and a leader should show others the right thing to do.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. We move over to the second representative from Ms. Bennett's class. Second rep from Ms. Bennett's class. Is that person here with us this evening? I don't believe, okay, go ahead. Ms. Bailey, unmute. How are you feeling? Are you nervous?
I am a little bit.
Okay, it's okay to be nervous. Sometimes I get nervous too. But your question is, what are the qualities you believe a leader should possess? What do you look for in a leader?
I think I would see in a leader kindness and sharing.
Okay, thank you, Miss Bailey. I think so too. I think we need caring and kind leaders. Awesome. We move over to Zane from Mrs. Harris's class. Hello, Zane. Could you unmute at this time? You are still muted, Zane. Please unmute. Kindly unmute, Zane, so that we can actually hear you when you are about to answer the question. Could you just say something at this time, Zane?
Okay, miss.
Great. How is the evening?
It is great.
Awesome. I think so too. You are such a confident young man. And this is your question that you are going to be answering with a high level of confidence. What are the qualities you believe a leader should possess?
The
What do you look for
possession,
in a leader? Yes.
the qualities of a leader, I think, is to look how they act, how they motivate other people, and how they behave.
Oh, wow. Wow. Motivation is important. And so we move to the other representative from Miss Harris's class. Thank you, Mr. James. Representative from Mrs. Harris's class, the second one. Okay, she's here. How are you, my beautiful dear?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I am great for seeing all of you online and hearing you talk about the different topics and questions that we have to ensure that we are able to understand where you are with impromptu speaking. And so your question is at this time, what are the qualities you believe a leader should demonstrate? What do you look for in a leader?
I think a leader should demonstrate good behavior, good leadership skills, and braveness, smartness, and kindness.
Okay, thank you so much. And that closes off the round one for our grade 2 students. And so we want to applaud the efforts of grade 2, and I'm sure online, on YouTube, persons are equally proud of the children. My God, when I had them in the office today, I was just blown over at grade 2. They are able to deliver. By the time they get to grade 6, boy, I don't think the government will be able to handle the scholarships that St. Andrew Prep will be able to produce when these still children get to grade 6. I am so loving round one for our grade 2 students. So we move to our grade 6 students at this time. And we will start with Ms. McDermott's class. First of all, we want to establish that both persons are here at this time. I know we have Alexander. Alexander is your counterpart with us. Could you unmute, Alexander?
Yes, Dr. Blanchard.
Is the second person with us representing your class?
They're not in the main room yet.
Okay, I understand, and I should not have asked that question at all because I know at this time you are not able to hear anyone else, and the other persons should not be hearing you. And so, parents, be reminded that our children should not be prompted because that is a rule in the competition. So, Mr. Alexander, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling well.
How was PEP?
It was manageable. It was a good experience.
And so you had an after party. PEP done. How was that?
The party was fun.
Okay, and this is your question now, sir. It's about digital responsibility. Why is it important for us to exercise digital responsibility?
We need to express digital responsibility because if there's no responsibility when you're online, bad things could happen. Like you could end up saying something and getting in trouble online, and it could cause many things. many bad things to you. And digital responsibility, having digital responsibility is a good thing because like time management online, so you won't disrupt your eyesight and other stuff like that.
Okay, thank you, Alexander. And we move over to Miss Morrison's class. And Harper, it's your turn. Harper? Could you unmute Harper? Kindly unmute Harper.
Hello.
How are you, Harper?
I'm feeling pretty good actually. I feel excited.
And where do you believe that you'll be going to high school?
I think I'm going to pass for Andrews High, which is my first choice.
So you're actually thinking about going across the campus, next door to be exact. Thank you so much, Harper. Your question, please listen while I read. Why is it important for us to exercise digital responsibility?
It is important for us to exercise digital responsibility because if we spend too much time on the computer, then we are actually damaging our eyes. Also, another reason why we should practice digital responsibility is because we learn how to manage our time using our devices. So we manage our time on how we use our devices. Another reason why I think that we should practice digital responsibility is because like how we're practicing responsibility digitally, it's going to make us ourselves responsible, and us being responsible eventually makes us mature, and it proves that we can be mature.
Thank you, Ms. Harper. And so we move to Mrs. Bernard's class. Representatives are Liam Logan and Leah Watt. Mr. Logan, could you unmute? And I know the technical team will be placing you in the appropriate room at this time. So Mr. Logan, you are on the clock. Mr. Logan, you are a chess player. How
Yes,
is
miss.
it important as you prepare for this question? Go ahead, Mr. Logan. Tell us about chess.
Well, chess is a very important sport, and I think this is a very good thing that chess is taught in schools like St. Andrew Prep. Chess develops critical thinking skills among children. It also helps to improve our attention span, as in the 21st century, the attention span of children has decreased significantly.
Oh,
In
thank you,
addition,
Mr. Go ahead, Mr. Logan.
chess helps to calculate and think critically. These are important skills for life, as well as it will help you to do better in school and to attain and maintain high grades.
That was your warm-up question. Now this is the real question. Why is it important for us to exercise digital responsibility?
live in an age where many people have access to the online world. As a result, it is of utmost importance that people are safe online, especially students. Firstly, the digital world gives access to social media. Social media can be a distraction for many people, especially when they have important tasks to complete. In addition, people online will try to bully you. Cyberbullying is a very big problem online. Cyberbullying people will say very hurtful words to people. Though social media does have its perks, as it is a good way for people to express themselves. In addition to that, people will try to scam you, and this is very dangerous. Online scammers are everywhere, and it is very bad for the world and very unfortunate. Therefore, especially as students, it is of urgent importance to remain safe online. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Logan. And we hop over at this time to Miss Watt, the second deputy captain in the room. So, Miss Watt, how was the campaigning period?
It was pretty good.
It was very good, I gather. And so after your PEP exam, what is life like?
It feels great. I have a lot of stress removed from me. I feel more free, and I have more time to I have more time with my family and my friends.
Well, this is a real question. You had the warm-up questions a while ago. Why is it important for us to exercise digital responsibility?
We should exercise digital responsibility because we need to be safe online, because there are sites and scammers out there that will affect us, and there's also human trafficking, and we don't want that to happen. And we also need to know when to take a break from our screens so we don't lose track of our surroundings.
Thank you, Miss Watts. And now we have ended round 1 of the competition for our grade 6 and our grade 2 students. And this time we will take a break. Over to you, our technical team.
Yes, miss.
Thank you to our technical team. And so at this time, we just wanted to inform you that you were listening to the music of our school song. Our school song is indeed a part of what we call our pride experience at Staps. And I'm sure persons who are singing along, those persons who are online, those persons who are on YouTube, please ensure that you are encouraging our students at this time. And we want to say thanks, a very big thank you to our technical team, to our students who have been participating in the literary voice, those persons who actually started at the first staging of our competition. We want to say thank you, and all the persons who participated before this group. This is indeed our grade 2 to 6 group. Grades 2 and 6 students are actually on show this evening. And we move to round 2. Round 2, we are going to start with the person we start with last from each class. And so it is time to start with JC, and then we will go to Zahir from Hodges' class. So JC, please unmute and come online. It is your turn. It is indeed reverse order for all our participants in round 2 of the competition. And so JC is with us online, and the rest of the participants are in the room unable to hear what the other participant is actually going to be saying in answering his or her questions. For parents, guardians, friends, fans, remember, no prompting at this time. And so JC, please unmute.
Hi, Dr. Blanchard.
Your questions at this time in round 2, it's double for your trouble. Why should we exercise?
Exercise helps the body to gain strength, and it helps you to improve your health.
Thank you so
An
much.
example
Go ahead, JC.
is yoga. Yoga is one of the exercises that helps to keep you fit. It is almost like a stretching exercise. We also have muscle exercises or strength exercises. These help to make our muscles grow so we can lift heavier things.
I'm sure Mr. Johnson would like to hear you at this time, but we go to your second question. Why is it education is important? Why is education important?
Education is important so that when we grow up, we can answer questions and we can get a job and we can have money and we can go to college. And so that when we finally have a job, we can answer questions and we can be smart for the world.
Thank you so much, Ms. Garvey. And we now move to Mr. Robinson. Student Robinson, could you unmute at this time, sir?
Yes, Mr. Blanchard.
And your first question, why is education important?
Because if you didn't learn education, dangerous things that happen to you. Education helps you learn so you don't become dumb.
Your second questions are here. Why should we exercise?
We should exercise so we don't become fat, and fat leads to obesity, and obesity leads to diabetes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Robinson. And we are sure you are health conscious at this time. Moving on to Miss Bennett's class. We Actually, we'll have one person at this time. Sorry, two persons. But we start with the person who actually went last. Miss Robinson's, Miss Bennett's participants. So the mayor will go second. And we have our other student, which is Miss Bailey, coming in at this time. Miss Bailey, kindly unmute. Why is education important?
Education is important because you will need some of the subjects you will need for when you grow up. For example, I would like to be an environmentalist, so I would have to learn a lot of math and biology.
Thank you so much. Your second question. Why should we exercise?
Well, exercise helps to develop your muscles and you can stop and you can you can have different times to exercise. That's why we have PE, movements, dance, cheerleading, football, and other extracurricular activities at our school.
Thank you so much, Miss Bailey. Wow, what a convincing statement coming from our grade 2 students. At this time, they are defending exercise and education. We move over to Miss Harris's class. And so we have them in reverse order. Zane was first. Go ahead, Zane, unmute. Oh, Damir is with us. Damir, you are from Miss Bennett's class.
Yes, Miss.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. And so, Damir, we want to know, why should we exercise?
Exercise is important for us so we can stay fit. If we don't exercise, we will become a little bit bigger and we won't look as healthy. We need to be healthy so it can be nice, fit, and strong.
Okay, your second question, giving you double for your trouble, sir. Why is education important?
Education helps us in our life. How it helps us in our life? It helps us to try and make things funner. And it also helps us to be more creative with stuff. And it will also help us to learn a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Donaldson. I'm sure it will help you to learn a lot. And we move over to our other class. Miss Harris's class. Closing out round 2 for the grade 2 students. And I see Mr. James beside me. Sir James, kindly unmute.
Hi, Miss.
Mr. James, why is education important?
Education is important because you use it in your life with problems.
So your second question, Sir James, why should we exercise?
Exercise is important to keep our body fit and we can be more muscular and healthy.
Okay, no prompting parents at this time. Our children can actually do this thing on their own. We are confident in that. And so we close out our grade 2 students. Round 2 and round 1 are over for our children. Please give them a big round of applause. Use your emojis. Make sure you're congratulating them in the chat on YouTube. We want to make sure that when our children go back to visit that site, they can see the kind of sentiments that you have with their performance tonight. And so we move to our grade 6 students at this time. Yes, we're doing it in reverse order. And we are going to start with Mrs. Bernard's class first. I see we did not do someone for grade 2. Is that technical team? Did we miss a class or our grade 2 students?
We have Zaria Walter.
Zaria.
Okay.
Zaria.
So Miss Walter, could you tell us the class you're representing? Because we missed.
I'm representing grade 2 Harris.
Okay, we missed one of our students and we want to get that right. So our technical team has provided that support and we thank them for that. So, Miss Walter, why is it important to exercise?
It is important to exercise so we can stay fit and strong. Movements and PE are forms of exercising. So,
go ahead.
So, exercise is very important so we stay fit, strong, and healthy.
Have you completed your answer?
Yes, Dr. Blanchard.
Great. And so you've spoken about exercise. Now we want to know, why is education important?
Education is important. So when we learn, we can do things better every day. And also, when we grow up, we can teach other people too.
Thank you so much. At this time, as we close out, are we able to close out grade 2 now, technical team? We have completed all our students.
All good.
That's it. Thank you. And so we want to say at this time, as we're closing out with our grade 2 students, round 1 and 2, that we remind our parents of the benefit performance from Pit to Pulpit, which will be staged on Sunday, the 12th of May. It is indeed Mother's Day, and so we encourage you to buy tickets for your moms, all moms, and it is indeed an 8 o'clock show. So after you've had dinner, walk over or drive over to the theater so that we can actually watch together as a family from Pit to Pulpit. It is indeed a benefit performance for one of our teachers who is actually having some medical challenges at this time, and we invite you to participate in the performance, the benefit performance. The cost of the ticket is $3,000. Tickets can be purchased at the school's office, and we can also purchase tickets from our class teachers as well. We also wish that you will go to our administrators to get your tickets from Pit to Pulpit. Let us make sure it is indeed a family affair, because one of our own has to get all the love and support at this time. Make sure you're purchasing your tickets from Pit to Pulpit for the show on Saturday, the 12th of May, starting at 8 o'clock. We make sure we are coming out strong support for our member of staff. The staff team is indeed a supportive team, and we want to make sure that that is understood and that is made clear on Sunday. We go over to our students now in the grade 6 department, starting with Mrs. Bernard's class. Representative Leah will come first, then Liam Logan. Technical team, we await the presence of Miss Watt. Could you kindly unmute Miss Watt? And this is a segment double for your trouble. So 2 questions will be given at this time. State one wellness program designed by the government of Jamaica and say how it is beneficial.
A wellness program that was established by the government was Jamaica Moves. It helps the citizens of Jamaica care for themselves by doing exercise and feeding themselves properly, just making sure that they are healthy and well.
Thank you so much, Ms. Watt. And your second question. How do you demonstrate love for country?
I demonstrate love for country by respecting my national symbols like the flag or the national anthem, by standing with my hands by my side when it's being played or sung, and for the national flag, the raising of the national flag, I also stand by my side with my hands by my side.
Thank you so much, Leah. And we go over to the second deputy captain. His name is Mr. Logan. Mr. Logan, are you ready? Could you kindly unmute?
Yes, Dr. Blanchard, I am ready.
Thank you, sir. And so, we'd like to ask you, how do you demonstrate love for country?
As a citizen of your country, it is very important to show love and respect for your country. You can show love for your country by respecting national symbols and emblems. For example, when using the flag must be used only to represent Jamaica and must not be lower than any other flag in the country, except at foreign embassies or foreign missions. In addition, we can show love for our country by standing at attention at the national anthem, as done at the start of this meeting. Showing love for your country is very important as a citizen, and as such, we must respect our country at all times. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Double for your trouble. Your second question. State one of the wellness programs designed by the government of Jamaica and say how beneficial it has been.
That is a very good question. One wellness program designed by the government to improve the wellness of Jamaicans was the Jamaica Fit program, which was created by the Ministry of Health and Wellness and spearheaded by Dr. Christopher Tufton. This program has benefited Jamaica in many ways. Firstly, it has helped to keep Jamaicans fit. Fitness and exercise is very important for anybody. This is so as it helps improve your immune system and can help you to live longer in life. In addition, exercise helps you mentally. Research has shown that exercise has released endorphins from your brain, which helps to relieve stress and give a relaxed feeling to one. In addition to that, exercise can reduce the chances of contracting lifestyle diseases such as obesity. Obesity can lead to many problems, such as hypertension and diabetes. As a result, these programs designed by the government to improve the wellness of Jamaicans have done a very good job and are integral for the citizens of the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Logan. And we go to Miss Morris's class at this time, and the representative is indeed Harper. Could you kindly unmute, Harper? It's really
Hello.
nice to have you here today with us. And so we're going to be giving you double for your trouble. Your first question, Harper. How do you show love for country?
That's a good question. How I show love for my country is that first and foremost, I respect the national symbols because Jamaica has come a very long way just to even form those symbols. So for example, I do not place the national flag on the floor or use it or misuse it. Another way I show love for my country is being proud of my identity as a Jamaican and being not afraid to like showcase my culture to my cousins overseas. In many countries like UK, Canada, the United States of America. Last and foremost, I think the best way to show patriotism for your country is by representing it. It doesn't matter what you have to represent it in. As long as you represent your country, that shows that you love your country. And it's very important for us to love our country, no matter what happens. So love Jamaica.
Ah, what a sign. And so, Harper, your second question. State one of the wellness programs designed by the government and tell us how beneficial it is.
Oh, wait, this should be easy. I think so much less studies like this. As an organization that was designed by the government. I would say Jamaica Moves because Jamaica Moves not only encourages exercise, and exercise is good for the body because it not only makes you fit, but it also creates like this healthy lifestyle. Because once you exercise, then you begin to eat healthy. Like for example, before I did track and field, I used to eat like patty and pizza a lot. But then when I started track and field, I became mindful of what I eat. And I made sure that they're foods, that they're healthy, something that I like, and most importantly, they're, nutritious. And also, exercising can relieve stress. And Jamaica has shown a high level of obesity over the years. And obesity can cause many diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and many other diseases that can cause you death. And if you get hypertension, then you might get a heart attack, and then you might get a stroke, which can cause you to die. So my answer is Jamaica Boost, which has been very beneficial to many Jamaicans.
Thank you so much, Harper. I believe that the Ministry of Health and Wellness would be pleased this afternoon with respect to the answers that are given thus far. And so we move to our last participant in the grade 6 cohort, and that is indeed Alexander. Alexander is representing Ms. McDermott's class. technical team? Have we covered all our grade 6 students?
We have one more, I
Okay, so
believe.
this is a penultimate session. And so, Alexander, your question, how do you show love to country?
You can show love for your country by representing your country in different places, sharing your culture to other places. You can also show love by your country for standing standing at attention when the national anthem is played, and also you may show patriotism in your country to show love for it.
Okay, thank you, Alexander. Your second question, giving you double for your trouble. State one of the wellness programs designed by the government of Jamaica and state how beneficial that program is.
Jamaica Moves. It helps with exercise and helps you to the program which helps you to stay fit, and while exercising you can reduce the fat in your body, which can lead to less chances of having obesity and hypertension and other bad diseases such as those.
Thank you so much, Alexander. And we move to the final candidate in the grade 6 second round.
Has Kylie Seymour Wright, has she gone as yet?
Not in grade 6 at all. We are dealing with our grade 6 students. Sir White?
Okay.
So I think we've closed out the grade 6 double session for round 2. And we have seen all our candidates. And so I'd like to invite them all on screen, so we can look at all our candidates and salute them at this time for their outstanding participation in this impromptu session. As I said before, this is the first staging of the competition, and we want to make sure that our children are getting the experience first before we start judging them harshly or judging them to the T for their performances. We want to make sure that all our students in the school have an idea of what the expectations are for the literary voice. And so this afternoon, we did not deliberately take judges on. We are going to be utilizing the parents in the room. We are going to be calling them in to make some pronouncements on today's competition, today's staging of the literary voice for grades 2 and 6. And so the grade 2 parents who are beside the children are close by in the room. We invite you now to say a few words about today's activity. Let us see some parents showing the impromptu skills. Parents? Yes, Zaire, you need to call that parent. Yes, great, awesome. I love Zaire, you know. He's always supportive. Come on, Zaire, you threw me under the bus today. You have to make sure that you do some balancing act.
He just threw me also.
So, Mrs. Robinson, your thoughts on today's presentation?
I thought it was a good experience for the children, and I hope that in the next staging we get a little bit more notice so that we can prepare them better.
Awesome.
And I thought he enjoyed it.
It is impromptu.
Yes, I
so
thought he enjoyed it.
And the topics.
Well, we were told that he had to write something, and so he prepared for that.
Oh, wow.
But as I said,
Miss Blanchard, I also wrote something regarding the topics.
Oh, but guess
like-
what? Then it wouldn't be impromptu, you know, Mr. Robinson. So the impromptu nature does not allow you to prepare with a script. So what is coming up next, sir, is indeed our debating competition where you are going to be able to read from a script. All right? But this one is no script at all. You are thinking on your feet. So thank you, Mrs. Robinson and Mr. Young Robinson. I'm sure your parents are proud of you today.
Yes, that we
And
are.
I gather
Thank
your
you.
sister was having some challenges with her.
We don't talk about that.
Okay, yes, she
Okay,
was having
all
some
right,
challenges.
great.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
is there any other parent who wishes to comment at this time?
Hi, good night. I rather like the idea of the competition. I've been watching it since the first staging. I think the students did really well tonight, and I'm looking forward to the next staging.
Thank you so much. Did I interrupt you? Complete your statement, please.
I'm finished, thanks.
Okay, and your daughter did very well today.
Yes, she did.
Yes. Is there another parent who wishes to comment?
Yes,
Good night, Dr. Blanchard. Good night, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi. It was a good competition. I believe it really allowed them to think on their feet, and it's good exposure for them, especially the grade twos, to allow them to think about what's happening nationally and just to have a view and to articulate that their age. So commendations to you and the team.
Thank you so much for your contribution. We're going to go to the final two parents. Are there other parents online who wishes to state their sentiments regarding
Yes, hi,
today's?
good night. This is Mommy Karen for Zane. I thought it was a very good competition. As the parents said before, yes, I would love some more notice, but I know it's impromptu, so that's not possible. And I like the idea seeing my son how because some of the words I think he didn't know, so he got an opportunity to learn a little bit about it. So I thought that was good, and I look forward to him growing and be able to compete again in these competitions.
Thank you so very much. And so I'd like to thank the technical team at this time. I'd like to thank all the persons who participated. And Mrs. Neal, I'm sure you're online, so I'm asking you to do the final word. Mrs. Neal? Is there any other members of the senior staff online wishing to make a contribution in terms of today's proceedings? Not hearing Mrs. Neal at this time. So let me thank our technical team, all our students who participated in the Literary Voice today. You did extremely well. And all the members of the different groupings that participated, who participated in the Literary Voice will be given a certificate for their participation. So you will have another certificate to your collection of certificates for this academic year. And we want to say congratulations to all of you, because the fact that you were selected to represent your classes means that the teachers and the students have a lot of confidence in you. We're closing out this evening, and so we want to make sure that those persons on YouTube, you're continuing to put the emojis in the chat, as well as the congratulatory statements for the students who participated today. At this time, we will be looking at one of our patriotic songs that you can listen to as we close out for the evening. Have a very good rest of evening and see you tomorrow at school. It's going to be a good day. Thank God it will be Friday. Blessings.
Bye-bye.
Bye.